Hello, welcome back. Last time I did what might just be the last 3-bean puzzle in the entire game. Unless something surprises me. I don't know what the difficulty of any of these puzzles up here is. I just assume they're all 5s, and this might be a 6. Just because there are no 5s down here. It'd be weird to have an island without 5s. This is kind of final challenge, so, you know. But there's no way to know without going up there, and I'm not going to go up there yet. So, 4 territory. There are 4 4s here. That's the closest one. Let's go here. Twins! I don't see any twins yet, so I guess I'm going to have to create some. There's no cloud recipe, so this is an only child here. Hey, Bonnie. I forgot you were there. Your perch you've chosen is right in that spot. Alright, Blob and icicle recipes, immutable bomb recipe, right? I do have an icicle, so there is theoretically potential of getting in there and messing with this. What are my beans? 7 cyan. There's a petal. What's the issue here? Ah, I see it. So while I can go in here and have bomb beans, issue is they won't be up on this row, so I need to bring a blob in here. Okay. I haven't looked at the rest of the puzzle, but it appears as though a blob would solve my problems. So what are you saying to me? Do a bunch of blob and ice stuff to bridge across here sufficiently to get a non-cloud form blob across there? I'm thinking like... If an icicle were here, well, that beam would be a problem, and I don't have any bombs to blow it up. Okay, so I was thinking something like ice here with a solid ice block on top of it, then ice here, then I shove a blob through that channel. Ice block protects from the lightning. I get the blob on the other side, you know. Push it up there, blow it up, push it over there, and I'm done. I only need 1 yellow bean, so I have 6 cyans to work with. Now, it's weird that this is slime. I can't... Probably... I might be able to do something with that. I could push a, Ooh. Okay, right, it's this way around. This is reusable, right? No? No. Okay, I get 1 trip in there. If a frozen blob shatters, it turns into an icicle, not a bean. You can't freeze an icicle, therefore one of these costs 2, one of them costs 1. Whoa. Therefore, I have 2 of one creature, 1 of the other. That seems pretty limiting. Any frozen bomb will turn into an icicle. I can never get any beans back out of a monster in this puzzle, except if it's a bomb and I have ice in there somehow, but that's pointless. I don't want an icicle here, I want a blob. Twins. Okay, there will be 2 of one monster. Twins. Just to see, because I haven't explicitly tested it, this is blob incompatible, right? Like it's gotta be. Yeah, because of that little setup, that's blob incompatible. This is just to prevent me from going in here, making some yellow beans and coming back out. This is to prevent me from getting back at all. How effective is it at that? What does this do exactly? It closes that. I can't have 2 blobs simultaneously following me. I could be in the middle of 2 blobs and going in here. Which doesn't do anything interesting. Oh, and also, right, yeah, so this remembers its state, right? So I've stepped on that, yeah, it's gone dim, it's already done its job. This door has been wanting to close for the last several turns and finally got its opportunity. Yeah, so there's definitely a, like, queued state change state for doors. They have a mode in which they desire to change state, even if they haven't managed to do it yet. I'm very suspicious of this slime. It could be ornamentation, but it could be that there's a reason this is not wall. I mean, this is just to make my job harder bridging across this water. Probably. So... main issue seems to be, well, okay, so there are several. Issue number 1, can't spawn here. Obvious solution, get a blob in blob form over here, as opposed to a blob in another form? Yeah, get a blob over here, park it there, spawn one bomb, blow up the blob turns into bomb blows that up. Okay, cool. So no issues with making the bomb as long as I have at least one bean left. Probably exactly one, given how these puzzles go. So then the issue is how to get a blob here. Now that blob does have to be in blob form, so you want to zap my blob as it goes through there. Right, so 3 issues with blobbing. Cloud wants to turn them into clouds. Water exists and has to be bridged over. Slime is not really an issue, it just means I can park a blob there and give it a shove, and it needs land to stand on. It's gonna have to be here. So I can't have a blob in cloud form as shelter. I can't have a blob in icicle form as shelter either. So the only shelter it seems like I could create from the Thunderbolt would indeed be another ice block. That implies having 2 ice blocks stacked on top of each other in this location, which itself seems a couple of different kinds of impossible. Because if I'm allocating 2 beans to one of these recipes, and 1 bean to another, and I have 4 beans to spend... Yeah, so this spends 3 of my 7, I have 4 left. No, I have 3 beans to spend. Because I still need 1 left for making the bomb at the end. I certainly cannot do this with 1 bomb, 1 icicle. So no, there's something I need to do with these recipes other than that. That is definitely the wrong answer. Because there is no conceivable way you could ever do this with 1 icicle, 1 blob. There's just no, just absolutely not. Oops. And it's not interesting to have this space available, I'm pretty sure, is it? It might be. No, I was thinking park a blob here. I mean, what do you do about the icicle? Well, you set it further back and shove the ice in from elsewhere. Like, say... icicle is the 1. Oop, that's... and blob is the 2. Okay, well, ice beam's in a bad place. Okay, well, I can put it all the way in here. No, icicle is 1. Blob is 2. Blob is 2. I mean, this won't leave me enough beans for the other thingy. This would work a little better with a gamepad if the color of bean that is not the bomb color came first, so I didn't have to switch which bean is in focus when I pick these up. Anyway, so, yeah, so I can at least test this part while failing the rest of the puzzle, but I can test this part. Yeah, so concept was this. Several reasons that doesn't work. Reason number 1, that. Reason number 2, I don't have a yellow bean here. Okay, only 2 reasons. Alright. You're unfreezable because you have all 4 diagonals walled. Creating another cloud doesn't help me. I think I need to do something with recipe manipulation here. Like, why would, otherwise, it be possible to walk in here and mess with this? And also, that this slime is here. But I can't do anything with that slime. Hold up. Are there unspawnable spaces? What exactly happens in this circumstance? In icicles? No, nothing is unspawnable by a blob. If it can get there, it can spawn. Twins? Yeah, so the wiggle room it looks like I somehow must have is to do with manipulating these recipes. Like, I need to find a way to alternate between those two? Okay, so, well, let's say I did that. Let's imagine I could have an icicle... Focus problem again. Or, like, selected bean. A blob for... Okay, well, that icicle would have to be, what, here? So if U was an icicle... I freeze a blob, I push it over, it goes there. How do I get a stationary ice block there? It does have to be stationary because the blob I'm using does have to kind of sit there for a while. I could send an icicle across here with a plan to later freeze what? A bomb? Ooh, that's interesting. Maybe I'm making more bombs and freezing them. Maybe the twins are icicles on either side. Ooh, the layout for that is not friendly. I can put an icicle here or here. Okay, well, let's at least try that just to see what it would look like. Oops. Well, I'm already out of beans. Already out of beans, and this layout definitely doesn't let me do anything of the sort. Oh, other idea. An icicle comes over and I blow it up, giving me a whole bunch of beans. Ooh, that's interesting. So an expensive icicle. Oh, and I get the cyan kind that way too. How expensive can I make you? Okay, I don't know what I'm doing with blobs yet. I can make you up to 3. If it's 4, then I can't actually plant. But yeah, okay, so 3 of those. Ah, and a frozen bomb. Can set the blob recipe to bomb. Yeah, there we go. This is looking good. Okay. What am I freezing to go through there? Okay, now hang on. So there's something very specific here. Let's try 2 of those. Ah, okay. This exists so I can't reuse the petal. So I get the number of yellow beans that I take in here. That's gonna have to be 2. Which means this blob recipe is doing nothing. Okay, maybe the blob recipe does something later. Well, but I can't get this icicle close enough to actually freeze anything. So I need to have at least a blob... 2 blobs. I still don't have enough beans to do anything. It's a cool idea, but it's not happening. This icicle position is almost certainly wrong, by the way. There are no rollers in this puzzle, so I can't freeze myself and traverse this slime to get back in here. Even if I did, I would still be trapped by these. But yeah, so the idea is... Okay, there's... I don't have have the tools to do this, do I? I really don't. What I'm trying to do is get an icicle here while I still have at least one yellow bean, so I can blow up the icicle and get some cyan beans back there. That's totally why this is slime, because I'm pushing a frozen bomb from here onto one of these recipes. Like, these line up too well for that not to be part of the puzzle, but now I have this opening problem of going in here locks me off and I can only do it once. This double thick wall means I really can't get an ice beam in here in any way, and I still need to blow up an icicle in here if I'm doing any of this anyway. Well, do I now? Hang on. Could I get some mileage out of... Well, I can't get those beans back, right? Okay, so if I just... Alright, I want the icicle in a spot where I can... yeah, so here would work. Yeah, here would... No. 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 No, there isn't one, is there? I need the bridge in the same row as the icicle, which is impossible. So I can pretend like this. Pretend that bridge is down there and I actually blew up the icicle. But the beans are on the wrong side, I'm not over there, there are several problems with that. Okay, there's still an entire mechanism here that I haven't grasped. Something I'm noticing on this entire island, there's a little bit of difficulty inflation going on, sorry, deflation actually. Everything is kind of harder than its rating, so basically like add 1 to every difficulty rating here. So I'm doing a 5 bean right now. That's been my experience with most of this. Okay, and yeah, like even the ones were kind of real tricky. The tutorial was actually a 2, marked as, well, that wasn't part of the island, so you know, it was 2 because it was, anyway. So... gonna swirl these ideas around my head for a moment and see if I come up with something new, because like I have pieces of the puzzle, but I'm definitely still missing pieces of the puzzle. I can't just assemble what I have into a solution. Probably? Aha, okay. It took me like 10 seconds to come up with one additional idea, so check this out. Let's say here would be the spot. Here we go. This is why that stuff exists. That's much better. Okay, that's way more resources I have. That changes my plan for the end. It could just get me 1 additional resource while still making it possible to explode an icicle, but maybe no icicle explosion is taking place. Okay, yeah, so that's an alternate reason for this slime channel to be here, just to be wandable. And not bridgeable. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm not sliding a frozen bomb onto one of these. Maybe instead I just need to zap a bean out there and make no icicle recipe. So, I don't really want an icicle on the other side, do I? Issue is I can't freeze anything here. And if I put it there, I can't freeze anything here. And I need both, I think? So I can make a second icicle, I can plant 4 blobs. That is a huge improvement. So maybe that's what the twins are. What would an icicle in this position look like? That's not too bad. I kind of like that. And technically this is enough. I think this icicle might have needed to go left a bit. Or no, it's more complicated than that. Of course it is. I could freeze a cloud that a blob had turned into in this spot. That would be actually Yes. Yes, okay. So I don't necessarily... Yeah! That's how I can get a stationary monster there to freeze. That would mean spawning an icicle there, which is a terrible spot. And then also doing some operations over here, so okay. Well, alright, so I'm on to a new phase of the puzzle. I can definitely bridge in both of these places now, and still have one bean left. But that bean's gotta be a blob that turns into a bomb. I don't suppose the thing that blocks my cloud could itself be... Okay, so that layout doesn't work for this. I'm going to park a blob there and, you know, get it back at some point. Like, that just makes an icicle. That's not what I want. Still have a yellow bean. Okay. I could make all my blobs, then change the icicle recipe to cyan, and not really accomplish anything. So maybe my intended way of getting something past this cloud is not correct. Maybe I'm only bridging once, sending an icicle across, blowing it up, getting its contents. Yeah, I can just do this now, right? If I... Ooh. How much can I do from in here? Not that much. Okay, but an icicle can cross with just a single bit of ice put there. So a blob never turns into a bomb, I'm thinking. Then this is sort of just a matter... Well, I can only spawn two things from here. I was thinking I spawned my blobs from here. Well, if I can do it with two blobs, then okay, I could do that. This being the icicle recipe... No. Hold up. No, there's more space for this. Check it out. I can spawn three things. You are a blob. Maybe you both are too. How many blobs do I want? Hold on. Okay, so I think I have all the pieces now. Maybe. I have enough pieces to put together a solution. I have to discard some because the piece of blocking this cloud's lightning for a blob to walk through, I think, is not part of this anymore. Because that always seemed to have some impossibilities involved with it. And I think I see a route without any impossibilities. So I can spawn three things from in here at a cost of 1. As long as they're in these 3 rows. I probably want my icicle here, a blob here, and a blob here. Then I want the icicle recipe to be made of... Like, I still do have to make a blob over here, but I want the icicle to break down into enough beans that I can do what, this? Yes. Yes, I have enough beans for that. Yes, I have enough beans for that. I have enough beans for that. So, you are icicle. You are blob. You are blob. Icicle recipe is now 2. Blob recipe is now 3. This bean turns yellow. This blob becomes a bean when I'm over there and I'm 1 short. Right. Well, sort of. I'm kind of 1 short, but more like I have one that's the wrong color. So that's an icicle. Icicle recipe is 2 blue. I can bomb this. Okay, so now the problem is I have 2 blue beans when I need a blue and a yellow. Okay, so just do that differently. Wait, but I still need to make a blob. These can't be in conflict. Can I then send a frozen bomb over and get it to... I don't think I can. Oh, are you sure? I am absolutely unsure of that, so... a layout that could be plausible for such a thing would be one that looks like this. So icicle here. Blob recipe. Then I put these in conflict for a moment with a future plan of dropping a yellow bean on the one I don't want. Then I'd have a cyan bean for the one I do want, and I have 2 beans left. They both turned yellow. One yellow blows up an icicle over here to turn cyan. This appears to work. I don't want you frozen there, so you're gonna have to get off me for a second. Blob, please. Okay, so 2 yellows. Am I not still short a yellow, though? Yeah, I'm still short of yellow. Yeah, cool plan, but you're using up your yellow in order to change the recipe, and that won't do. Okay, I carried out my plan as planned, but the plan's no good. Still 1 short. It was necessary to have these recipes in conflict, right? Well, what if I had another yellow bean? Then these 2 would be in conflict. By putting just 1 yellow there. I'm getting there. I'm not all the way there yet, though. Can I blow you up? No. So, okay, now hang on, let's just watch these steps carefully. It's important that the icicle recipe be the way that it is. Okay, that's the shorter way to do that. Because of this move. It's important the blob recipe be something like the way that it is, because I want to spawn a blob now, but this is in conflict. There isn't, like, a way that I could, send, no. No, both of those have to happen downstream of this. Like, when I'm on the left side. An icicle needs to turn into a cyan bean. Then a cyan bean needs to turn into a blob. Okay, there's no way I could do this with 1 resource fewer, is there? If I could blow up this icicle and get its bean... yeah, no. Where's my inefficiency? So is this one of those cases where I gotta, like... Yeah, it is. It's one of those cases where I have to use the explosion as a resource, and I can do that. Right? So I spawn this bomb. No, I'm out of beans. Wait, but check this. Oh, here we go. This just works out. I've spawned those 2 bombs. Now this is made of cyan and yellow. Okay, I didn't think of that step, but I can use that because then I get cyan and yellow, and the recipes are unambiguous. There we go. There we go. Okay, didn't quite reason out that last step myself, but I was close enough. I got all the other steps. Nice! That was cool. Ooh, wow. That was a fun little maze to untangle. Ah, so good. Hey, buddy. You're doing things. You're immune to my undo and reset powers, but if I open the map, you do stop. Alright, cool. Yeah, so these are all extremely enjoyable. Alright, so we got... oh, okay, well clearly there's going to be an Eichinger Kuriyama there, unless somebody else has 9 fingers and I don't know about it. Commitment. Oh boy. And just one drop. Alright, next time probably just one drop, because it's the closest. I'll see you then!